Hello, welcome back to the channel. We're doing more Arena Powered Cube draft. So no power, but there are some pretty nice considerations. I mean, if you're looking at Boros cards, because Boros is still the best deck in the format. I mean, we do have Deathgreater's Champion and Monstrous Rage. Those are fairly strong cards. There's a couple of lands, but there's also a Tolarian Academy. Can I finally make Tolarian Academy work? Okay, well, the answer is yes, because I have drafted an Academy deck. I just didn't record it, but I did, in fact, do that. Went 2-1 with it. Big surprise. But, I mean, this is the ultimate card to pack one, pick one, because then you can just make sure that you build around it. Just take all the cheap artifacts, find ways to locate the Academy out of your deck or tutor it up. So, I mean, I think if you want to maximize win rate, you probably take Deathgreater's Champion, but man, Tolarian Academy is just when it pops off, it's really, really good. So I'm just going to go ahead and take that. We can maybe wheel the Mana Leak or something. Let's go ahead and take the old Tolarian Academy. All right. So next pick, what do we follow up Tolarian Academy with? So as far as blue cards go, we have a Phantasmal Image. We do have a Talisman of Progress as just a cheap artifact that also ramps. So that kind of fits the theme of Tolarian Academy the most, but it's not the most intrinsically powerful. We have a Treasure Cruise, Underworld Breach, if we think that we can kind of storm off in that way. But I'm not sure if Underworld Breach and Tolarian Academy necessarily go in the same deck. I mean, they definitely could. That's absolutely fine. I guess the safe pick is just the Talisman of Progress. There's also Fallen Shinobi. I do really like Fallen Shinobi, but this one's tough. I kind of want to try the Underworld Breach and see if we can do some nonsense. It's probably more sensible to just take the Talisman and then just go hard on artifacts no matter what. All right, wow. What a pack. Oko, Psychic Frog. There's also Oculus. No artifacts, though. Well, I guess there's Phyrexian Metamorph, which is technically an artifact. So I guess the question is, do I want to be blue-green or blue-black? What do I think is going to be better on average? They're both extremely strong cards, so I'm happy to see them. Let's see. I mean, Oko technically makes artifacts. that's a point in its favor. Psychic Frog may be just a better card, and we could wheel that Fallen Shinobi. But that's asking for a deck that doesn't play with Tolarian Academy. I think we take Oko. Oko's really, really good. I wouldn't fault anyone for either of these picks. Also, there's Volcanic Island if we wanted to be teamer. But yeah, let's go ahead and take the Oko here. Okay, if we're going to build a Tolarian Academy deck, we're going to have a lot of colorless cards on a theoretical sense. So Ugin Eye of the Storms could be great top end, good to ramp into, and then you can just start casting all of your, you can cast your Talisman of Progress and just start exiling all their best cards. So I do like that. There's also Flood Farm Verge for fixing, but we're not really white at the moment. There's Sleight of Hand. Batterskull is okay, I suppose. We definitely need to find more cheap artifacts, but Ugin is an insane payoff, so I'm going to go ahead and take that. All right, now we have the choice between Actual Counterspell. There's Reanimate. There's some other green cards. So we could abandon the whole Tolarian Academy thing and then just take like an Ignoble Hierarch and try to cast like an Oko on turn 2. There's also, there's a couple more talismans, but these don't really fix for us. I mean, this adds green, I guess. I'm just going to take the Actual Counterspell. We're going to try to be heavy blue, so Counterspell makes a good amount of sense. All right, now we see Cryptic Command, Memory Lapse, and a Misty Rainforest. all pretty good options. Cryptic Command is really nice when you're close to mono blue, which it appears that we are going to be. I kind of just want to take the Misty Rainforest to help splash for Oko, though. And a lot of our turn 2s are going to be spent ramping. So this one's tough. We have Pest Infestation, which would be good against us. It's also good for us, but yeah, tough between these three. The Misty's just perfect with Oko. I think we just take the Misty and try to open ourselves up to an easy splash. Like, we can just find a breeding pool or a tropical island. It's tough. I did want to take either the Memory Lapse or the Cryptic Command there. All right, now what do we got? Mox Opal. I mean, if we're going to do the artifact thing, this is one of the best cards for the deck because it's effectively a Mox, and it also triggers all of our artifact synergies, triggers Ugin, good with Tolarian Academy because it effectively then taps for 2 mana. Other than that, I mean, there is a Trax of Show and Tell in the same pack. There's another Talisman. So there's a lot of talismans going around. Hopefully I can just pick one of those up. There's Unlicensed Hearse. There's Entomb for whoever just took the Reanimate. I'll take Mox Opal. We're doing it. And by it, I mean... all right. Anyway, so in this pack, there's a Dig Through Time, but it doesn't seem like we're going to be able to support that very well. There's another yet another Talisman. I think this is, the 5th one we've seen? But seems to make sense to take a Trinket Mage. This can find... Well, currently it can only find Mox Opal, but ideally, if we're in this space and we're cutting it, we should find a lot more cheap artifacts that the Trinket Mage can pick up. So I'm going to go ahead and take the Trinket Mage. All right, what do we wheel? Unfortunately, nothing much. I guess I take a Watery Grave because it can be found off of the Misty Rainforest, which we can then, I don't know, the old Sultai artifact deck. There's also Green Sun Zenith, but I don't think we're doing the cheap Mana Dork thing. We're just like mono blue and then we happen to have an Oko. So yeah, this pack not great. I'll just take a Watery Grave. Okay, so now we've wheeled Phantasmal Image, Fallen Shinobi. Agatha's Soul Cauldron is interesting, but I'm not so sure on that one. Could just take a Treasure Cruise as a safe pick. Actually, wait. There's Elvish Reclaimer. It can find lands, so it can find our Tolarian Academy. Yeah, let's take that. So we're going to need some better green fixing to enable, if you want to play an Elvish Reclaimer and a Counterspell in the same deck, you really have to work for it. All right, well, there's a 1-mana artifact, but not a very good one. I'll take Phyrexian Metamorph. That seems fine. All right, we get Batterskull versus Sleight of Hand on the wheel. They're both fine. I think I take Sleight of Hand for a little additional consistency. Batterskull's fine and helps to keep us alive, but this is probably better. All right, as expected, we did wheel both talismans. I'll just take the one that touches green. Okay, there's a Manamorphose, I suppose. And last pick, Craterhoof. All right. I don't think we're doing that. Okay, so now pack 2, pick 1. There is a Flooded Strand, which could help, of course, if you find the, you know, tropical island or something. There's another talisman, many talismans. There's Grim Monolith, which I'd probably just take. I mean, it just fits the deck so perfectly, right? It's artifact, big ramp into Ugin. Ugin comes down, stabilizes. You cast a Mopal after, pretty good. So that probably just has to be the pick. There's also Urtai Resurrected, which maybe we can wheel. We could technically play it without the Watery Grave, but it's not amazing. There's also Dark Depths, so I'm going to keep that in mind. We do have Elvish Reclaimer, so if we somehow get a random Thespian stage or something, we might be able to have this combo just kind of sitting in the deck. I wouldn't recommend that. I'm not going to go for that actively, but I'm just going to keep that in the back of my mind. Definitely taking the Grim Monolith here. Ooh, Time Twister. That's pretty sweet. I think that works well with this type of thing we've got going on. Well, sort of. I guess the idea is that you ramp a lot and then Time Twister, you get to use all the cards right away. There is also just a Nettle Cyst. Nettle Cyst probably makes a little bit more sense with this deck. I mean, you put into play, and then the thing's going to be what, like a 4/4? pretty strong, and then you can just turn all of your creatures into big threats. So I do like that. There's also a Brainstorm, which is good with the fetch, Remand, another fetch in Polluted Delta, and there's also Fractured Identity. Oh, how the mighty have fallen. So yeah, I think it's interesting between Nettle Cyst and Time Twister. We don't really have combos with Time Twister, I guess. It's just good in a ramp shell. But, I mean, you do give your opponent a bunch of cards too, which we don't really want to do. I'm going to take the Nettle Cyst. Just fits the deck really well. Ooh, Displacer Kitten. Displacer Kitten, and then you can cast like Mox Opal and then bounce your Grim Monolith and stuff like that. That actually sounds really good. There's Triplicate Titan, which would be good if we had Tinker, but we don't currently have that. So I think I like taking the Displacer Kitten here. This has some real good upside. Okay, now we see either Time Spiral or Cauldron Complete. If I get the Tinker, the Cauldron Complete could work. I could also just cast this. Like, we have the ramp for it. Time Spiral is pretty cool, though. Time Spiral is a way to untap your Tolarian Academy, so that way you're really able to take advantage of all the new cards. Think we do that. Yeah, because there's not really much else in the pack for us. Let's just take the Time Spiral. I think it works. We're just going to try to ramp to it quickly. Okay, so now we see a Mightstone and Weakstone, which is okay. There's also just Ponder. There's also Crop Rotation. So this could be a really easy way to find our Tolarian Academy, but then that really requires us to be heavy green. Whereas Ponder would be a little easier to cast. I think we're trying to be a little bit more blue than anything else. That's close. They both kind of do similar-ish things. Because, I mean, the whole point is that we're trying to find Tolarian Academy, I think. Crop Rotation is not bad. We also don't, you know what? We also don't really have the blue-green fixing at the moment, so yeah, I think we're just going to take that. Now I'm going to just take a Mishra's Workshop. This can help have some extremely busted starts where you go like turn 1 Grim Monolith or turn 1 Nettle Cyst or something like that. Turn 1 Grim Monolith Talisman, something dumb. Something dumb like that. Thundertrap Trainer's okay. I also think Balance would be really sweet in this deck. It's typically very good in artifact heavy ramp decks because this doesn't include artifacts. So you like wipe the board and then you're still left with a bunch of stuff. But the Mishra's Workshop makes the most sense, I think. Okay, there's a blue-green talisman, which is the most applicable talisman for us. There's so many talismans. I mean, it's all right. There's also Ulamog, which is not an artifact, but it is something good to ramp into, and it comes down and immediately stabilizes you most likely. But yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and take another. The blue green talisman is technically the best one. Okay, so now I could. Now we have a couple choices. We have Consult the Star Charts, Sheldock Isle. There's a Lotus Petal. I guess there's also Spell Pierce. But man, if we're doing this, I think we just take the Lotus Petal. We just go all in on the strategy. Okay, we wheeled. Oh, we wheeled Expedition Map. You know what? I didn't even see that. I don't know why I didn't clock that on the go around. What did I take? I took the Grim Monolith, right? Yeah, that made more sense. But wheeling Expedition Map is great. So now I'm really glad I didn't take the crop rotation, because if I take the crop rotation, then I'm like inclined to like, I must find green mana. Now I can just have a colorless way to find Tolarian Academy. So that is good. All right, now we have, I guess, Brainstorm. We only have one fetch land. This Meticulous Archive doesn't really do much. The Ketria Triome is technically a blue-green land, but I think Brainstorm's going to be more effective on average. Okay, there's Memory Jar, which I think we can get this to do things, for sure. Not much else in the pack for us. Okay, I suppose well, Night of the Reliquary is technically a way to find lands, but we're way far off from doing that. I'll take a Cauldron Complete. I don't know if we play it. It's probably okay. All right. Not much here. I'll take a Wrath of God in case we randomly find amazing white fixing, because Wrath of God could be good for us. Ooh, Chromatic Star. That's going to help. That is definitely going to help. We also notably now have many more targets for our Trinket Mage, which is good. Hey, look, white fixing. But I don't know. We'll see. All right. Wow. Lots of good stuff. It's probably just Mox Ruby, but let's take a look at the rest of the pack. I think this is is this the 10th talisman? If not, it's really close. So yeah, there's that. Pyrogoyf, extremely strong. Multiversal Passage for fixing. Library of Alexandria, which I would basically put in 100% of decks, because if you spike it in your opening hand, just the card advantage that you get is insane. Force of Negation and Subtlety as free interaction. Narset, which is good with Time Spiral. And yeah, we didn't get that Time Twister back. And then a Mystical Tutor, which actually is not amazing in this deck. So I think I'm just going to take the Mox Ruby, just have more cheap artifact ramp. But yeah, that was a really good pack. Okay, now what? Wow, this pack kind of blows for us. So what's the best card? I mean, the best card's probably like Little Teferi. But other than that, I mean, in the blue-green space, there's Outland Liberator, which is good against us. So there's Sowing. Actually, no. Never mind. There's a Sowing Mycospawn. It's a 4-mana, which you can ramp out on turn 3, and you get your Tolarian Academy, and then you also can kick it. Yeah. Sowing Mycospawn is actually really good for us. So I will happily take that. This pack is not great overall, though. Okay, now we see there's Chrome Mox, which is probably not that good in this deck, because specifically you have to exile a non-artifact, non-land card. So it actually doesn't work with a lot of things that we have. It doesn't work with our colorless cards. It doesn't work with artifacts. Yeah, so it actually is a little bit of a trap. So I think just taking the Tropical Island, now we have Misty Rainforest Tropical Island, which can help. Just, really nice, easy Oko Splash. That's all we care about. We're not going to try to play a ton of green cards. In this pack, there's also an Urza's Bauble as another cheap 0, and there's a Jace Vryn's Prodigy, which is okay. I'm going to take the Trop for sure. Ooh, Battle Ball. All right, what else do we have? There's more blue-green fixing if we just wanted that to be free. How many cards do we have? 24. There's, Mishra's Bauble, Otawara. I like the Battle Ball. I really wish we had Tinker Tinker would be insane, but we just don't really have that. Maybe I take the Battle Ball in anticipation of getting a Tinker. I mean, I do also like having. You know what? I could probably wheel the Verge. I think I just take the Battle Ball for the upside. This might not be correct. That one was close. Ooh, Tezzeret. Okay, wait. Let's take a look. We got this pack is actually very good for us. I mean, there's Jace the Mind Sculptor, which is always pretty good. Dress Down. I like taking Tezzeret. You can go turn 1. It's theoretically possible to go like turn 1 Tezzeret, right? With like Mox Ruby, Lotus Petal, Mox Opal, and then you cast Tezzeret, and then you do other things. It seems really, really good in this deck. I mean, this is the deck for it, right? We are doing the artifact thing. There is also a Pinnacle Emissary, which would also be strong. And then if we find just like a red land, we can totally play it. Okay. Now we see, ooh, good choices. There's Golos to help us find Tolarian Academy. There's Daze. There's Lava Spur Boots. Man, this deck really needs like an Urza Saga or something. I guess I take the Daze. It's just good to have some forms of interaction to stop your opponent from doing things. Golos is totally fine, but we already have a couple other ways to locate the Tolarian Academy, and it's not great on its own. It's just a 5 and a 3/5. So if you can just, slow down your opponent so that way you're able to enact your game plan, that's what's more important. All right, what's in this pack? Man, we only have one new pack after this one. There's not really too much for us. There's a Pyrite Spell Bomb, which we can't even activate. I guess we take Endstone. This is a good way to kind of storm through our deck, I suppose. But yeah, unfortunately, I could take a Fable Pass it. I don't really need to do that. I'll just take the... All right, oh my god, Tinker! Last possible... Oh my goodness. Last possible moment, and we find the Tinker. I think this takes the deck from like a C plus B minus to an A minus. That's crazy. It's so strong. There's also Candelabra of Tawnos, but no. 100% taking the Tinker. That is incredible. Okay. Oh, that's so exciting. I'm going to take Narset. Narset can find Tinker. It's good with Time Spiral. I do like Subtlety. I think Subtlety is great, but we actually don't have that many straight up blue cards. Like we do, but there's a lot of colorless stuff. Yeah, oh my god, I'm just so excited. I don't even care how we do. I'm just happy we got Tinker pack 3, pick 8. Insane. Oh, all right. I don't really think we're going to get much else. Ooh, you know what? We take this Riverpire Verge. It's possible that we find the Pinnacle Emissary on the wheel. And then we might just play this. Maybe not. I don't know. Okay, we'll take a Bauble. It's a 0. It cantrips. It's totally fine. And I think we get rid of this Watery Grave. We're not doing that. I can't believe we got Tinker. Tinker automatically goes in the thumbnail. Even if we... I'm sure we'll find it. We'll find it at some point. Okay. There's Bolas's Citadel, which I could tinker into, but it probably makes more sense to take an Otawara. It's free, and it interacts with the opponent. That's probably more sane. Although, tinkering into a Bolas's Citadel is pretty sweet. But we already have pretty good stuff to tinker into. Ooh, we wheel the Pinnacle Emissary. I think that is really good for us. Okay, I think we could take out the Elvish Reclaimer, and we're just going to, not play any forests, and then just have a random Oko chilling in the deck. Lava Spur Boots, sure. I guess if this was pod draft, I'd take out the Kolaghan's Command, but yeah. All right. This is looking really sweet. Last pick Tendrils. Oh, how the mighty have fallen, question mark. All right. So what are we doing here? What are we doing? We have so many cuts to make. All right, let's see if we can make this work. So all in all, Tinker's really cool, but we actually, what are we tinkering into? I guess it's really the Battle Ball. Cauldron Complete's really good too. Endstone is not a bad thing to tinker into, actually. Memory Jar too. So yeah, I guess it's not. I guess Bolas's Citadel would have been better, but that's okay. Anyway, Tinker's great. So what are we doing here? How do we take this down? Maybe I could just take out the counter spell and just have days only as backup or interaction. I could see that. We're really just trying to be proactive and doing our own thing. All right. Now we'll fix up the mana in a second. We just have to get the deck down. We have so many mana sources that I think we are supposed to, like, how many pieces of mana do we have? We have Mox Opal, we have Grim Monolith, and 3 talismans, and a Mox Ruby. And Lotus Petal kind of as a half. So I may be able to trim down to like 15 at least lands. So I think we'll just go ahead and do that. Let's do this actually. We'll fix up the mana now. So this is what? 14 lands? 14 lands plus Mox, Lotus Petal, Mox Opal. I don't want to be too greedy because, I mean, I do need to make sure I hit all of my things. Urza's Bauble is kind of like just a cantrip. So we have what, 4, 5, 6, 7 ramp things. All right. I mean that's probably fine. Okay. So now what? Oh, and we also have Mishra's Workshop as pseudo ramp-ish. Do I cut the forest? We have Misty Rainforest, Trop, Forest. I guess we have 2 green cards. Yeah, we probably should play a forest. We actually don't need that many blue sources in the deck, to be honest. I mean, yeah, we have Brainstorm Ponder and Sleight of Hand. You know what? I think I can cut Sleight of Hand. I thought it was preordained. Like, Sleight of Hand is just a little bit worse than that. How good is Displacer Kitten? It's pretty good with, yeah, it's pretty good with Grim Monolith. It's good with Tezzeret, Nettlecyst. Actually, I guess it's not that amazing with Nettlecyst because the germ dies. It's good with Ugin. It's good with Battle Ball. Again, not so great with Caldera because the germ dies. Chromatic Star we keep. Expedition Mat we keep. We have 15 lands. We still have 14. Can I get away with that? Can I get away with 14 lands? Okay. I'm going to need a little bit of time on this and we'll come back. Okay, so this is what we're working with. I cut one of the talismans. I mean, we still have 2 and the Grim Monolith, so we still have plenty of ramp. And then I also cut the Phyrexian Metamorph. And the Cauldron Complete, I mean, it doesn't gain life, which I think is the biggest thing. Like, I kind of wish I just had Batterskull instead. And then just, I was able to ramp into it normally and it'd be a good stabilizer against the aggressive decks. Cauldron Complete can be a quick clock, but we already have Myr Battlesphere and Endstone to tinker into. And of course, you can also just like set up and tinker into Memory Jar, and then you like on the following turn, then you can kind of go off. But yeah, overall, I think the deck is pretty sweet. We also have Narset with 2 wheel effects, and then lots of ramp. There's also 14 lands. That could be, it could be dicey. I understand, but with we essentially have Mox Ruby and Lotus Petal and kind of sort of Mox Opal as lands. And then we also have Talismans and a Grim Monolith as more mana. So I think we should be okay. Famous last words. All right, let's see how this plays out. All right, we're on the play against Janivar. And, well, okay, the hand has Tolarian Academy. It's pretty good. But it also doesn't have too much going on. I mean, we definitely keep. And then we'll just go turn 1 star. And I guess we just keep it on the battlefield. We don't actually need the new card. We basically just have to survive until we can find some more gas. But I mean, the card, the eponymous card in our deck, it's in our hand. It's in our hand. Wait, oh no. Is Tolarian Academy supposed to be the thumbnail? Or is Tinker? I guess Tolarian Academy could be like the background, and then Tinker could be the it could be like one of the cards. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Yeah, it'll be Tolarian Academy background, and then it'll be like Tinker, Ugin, and Battle Ball or something. You got to plan this stuff in advance. All right, anyway, so we're going to go Chromatic Star to start. Now, next turn, we can hopefully draw If we draw a 0, we can cast Narset, which would be really good. Pyrite Spellbomb, that actually doesn't matter that much against me, which is good, because I don't have any like cheap creatures. All right, come on, 0. Nettle Cyst. Okay, that's pretty good. Not too much we can do about this, but we'll just go ahead and land pass. Nothing too crazy here. I mean, next turn we get to go play Nettle Cyst. That seems strong. Haywire Might. I am not a fan of that. So, all right, that's fine. I mean, I can just play Narset instead. And is this a leaves the battlefield? No, it's when it dies. So, might be a little awkward here. Let's just go to our turn. Memory Jar. Okay, well, we have Narset Memory Jar combos. I may just... Let's see. I'm going to go Tolarian Academy into Narset. They could potentially hit Narset down. Okay, they're going to go ahead and Haywire Might the Chromatic Star. I'm fine with that. All right, let's go ahead and activate Narset. We see Grim Monolith. That seems excellent. Because effectively, we are just trying to Memory Jar them. And we may be able to do that. Actually, no, we just do that immediately. We do that right now, right? I think I can do that. Okay, so we go Otawara. And then Grim Monolith. Memory Jar. Yeah, and we might hit some zeros that we can play. And then we're just going to go and activate immediately. So basically this effectively takes away their hand. We hit a 0. I mean, okay, it wasn't the best, but it's fine. All right, we can go Urza's Bauble, so this allows me to draw at the next upkeep. The cards come back at the next end step. So yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and Bauble. Lion's Eye... What? My opponent's playing a Lion's Eye Diamond. I'm not going to downtick the Narset. There's no point. Unfortunately, we are losing all of these cards, but that's okay. I mean, we have pretty good follow-ups here. We drew another land, so now we can just go like Trinket Mage, get Mox Opal or something, or just Ruby. Whoa, wait, Thespian Stage Dark Depths? When did this happen? Oh my god. Okay. Oh, they get the cards back. I am dumb. I did not realize exactly how that would have played out. Okay, don't listen to me for advice. They just get the cards back. So there was actually no point to do what I did. Huh. Okay. Let's just ignore that. Let's go Trinket Mage. Oh, wait, we're just dead. Oh, we're just straight up dead. Oh, my God. Yeah, because they just activate Dark Depths. Yeah, that was really bad. That was really embarrassing. All right, let's pretend that game didn't happen and then move on with our lives. So, okay, so they have that kind of combo thing going. I think we can just run it back and play better. So yeah, we were definitely just supposed to do some setup stuff and then Memory Jar on the following turn. Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking there. All right, anyway, go first. Sand looks good. Keep. So, worst case scenario, I mean, we do have days in case of shenanigans. And then we can, like, play a Talisman on the next turn, play an Oko on the following turn. I don't care about that. Malevolent Rumble. Sure, that's fine. You can have that. I'd rather save days for something else. They found one half of the combo, which is unfortunate. Geez, my opponent's doing the thing, and by that I mean they're doing the Thespian Stage Dark Depths thing. Yeah, and the reason, like, last game they would have just made the 2020 and attacked me, and there's nothing I could have done. Yep, there's a Thespian Stage, so, and they have ways to find the other half of the combo. So we are in a little bit of trouble here, but at least now I can daze something, which could come up. I could also, and then I can daze something, and then on the following turn play Oko, and that seems pretty good. All right, I would like for my opponent to play a really good 4-drop here. Because if anything, Oko is a way that I can potentially beat the 2020. All right, I cannot daze that. Oh, man, the 6 is really good. Because now my opponent can just have a much easier time locating the thing. I guess I could just elk it. Yeah, okay, maybe that wasn't too difficult there. All right, so we play this. Yeah, I can't go Trinket Mage into Oko, so I think we just go Oko. Now, does my opponent have interaction? Nope. All right, so pretty sure we're just supposed to elk the 6. We don't want my opponent to find their Dark Depths anytime soon. And also, Oko goes to freaking 5. It's crazy. Like, how are they going to kill it? They would need to draw, like, Red Source and the Pyrite Spell Bomb, and now I just continue to uptick Oko. Yeah, it seems really good. Elvish Reclaimer. That's really strong. Very, very good. Wait, I just elk it. Nice. Okay. Displacer Kitten, too. That's not bad either. But I think I'm just supposed to go... Not drawing the land there was pretty brutal. Because I think I have to elk the Elvish Reclaimer here. So that way they can't locate their thing. And then I just go Trinket Mage. And then I go and find... Yes, take action. I could get Expedition Map, but I don't even have that many artifacts. No, I'm just going to get Mox Ruby. And then play it. I mean, this is pretty good, because now I'm just straight up holding up Daze, and I don't have to tempo myself with the land drop, which is something. Okay, Oko's going to perish, and there's nothing I can do about it, unfortunately. So now if my opponent ever just naturally finds the Dark Depths, we're in a lot of trouble. And we're not doing any sort of clock on my opponent. And now these 3/3s just get to pressure my Planeswalkers. Ren and 6. All right, well, that's fine. I can't do anything about that. Yep. Okay. Another land is good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we can go Narset to start. And then do this. We can see if we can find like a 0 or something. Well, there's Time Spiral and Memory Jar. I think we absolutely take the Time Spiral here. Okay, and then I think we just play the Nettle Cyst, and it's Protect the Queen now. If we can untap, we're in great shape. We have Daze's back up. So, yeah, if we can untap, that's pretty much going to be game over. Or if we can untap with a Narset, rather. Okay, never mind. I guess that's not... Oh, wait. Daze. Let's go. All right, Daze finally did something. Okay, so now my opponent has this turn to answer Narset. Basically, all they need is a removal spell. Renin 6 is not good enough. It only deals 1. So if my opponent finds like a shock or a lightning bolt or what was that one? Not talisman. The spell bomb, the pyrite spell bomb, that would be good enough. Metamorphose. Okay, they're digging. They're digging. We might be okay here, guys. We might be okay. They also can't draw. They also can't draw with Narset. Yeah, it's okay, opponent. Wow. No, don't try to cycle that. Okay, I think we're okay here. I mean, they get to kill both my creatures, and I only get to kill one of theirs, but I mean, yep, they're forced to do this. Which one would I rather kill? I mean, probably Elvish Reclaimer, I guess, in case of some kind of reanimate thing. Okay, we get to just time spiral them. I hope. Grim Monolith too. Ooh, I like that. So we do this, and then let me just make sure. So we could cast this. Yeah, I want it on the table. And this also plays around Mana Tithe. I don't know. the non-existent days that they could have. All right. And here we go. Time Spiral. So my opponent will draw a singular magic card. I will draw 7. And I will untap. Oh, crap. I made a mistake. Yep. Always making the mistakes. You have to tap your lands. Oh my god, I should have 5 mana. We found the Tolarian Academy though, which is huge. Okay, so now we could start to pop off a bit. Oh, no, we can't. Crap. Oh, that was definitely not very good. Okay. Well, next turn we get to really pop off, I guess is the thing here. So I guess I could activate. Let's go Narset. See what we can find. Oko's pretty good. Yeah, let's get that. Could also get Lotus Petal and then go Displacer Kitten Lotus Petal on the Narset. That seems good too. Yeah, actually, you know what? Let's do that. So now we can go Displacer Kitten. Oh, why am I holding full control? Yeah, having that extra mana would have been nice, but that's okay. Lotus Petal, we get to untap. Technically, we can untap the Grim Monolith too, which would be good, because then that will give us access to 3-4 mana. Actually, yeah. Then I think I can just cast a Battle Ball here. Yeah, this is the strategy. What am I doing? All right. We're having a good time. We're figuring things out. Okay, so let's tap this. We'll cast a Chromatic Star. We'll untap, or we'll bounce the Grim Monolith again. So now we have access to how much mana? We have 2, 5, 6. So I have to cast one more spell. All right. So we'll tap this for 3. Cast a Brainstorm. Do the Grim Monolith again. Maybe I find more zeros and I can continue to go off. Okay, nice. I don't know. This doesn't really matter too much. I'll keep the days just in case. Okay, and then I just cast a Battle Ball. All right, that was pretty good. So even with our little blunder, having that extra mana would have been very nice. I guess we do this. So blue, draw, cast, untap. Oh wait, I could just bounce the Battle Ball. That's even more fun. All right, good luck, opponent. And then these cards are fine. I can do better. It doesn't matter. I'm going to shuffle. Okay. We're really, really far ahead. I think we got this. That was a fun turn. Displacer Kitten, bounce the... Yeah, sequentially just going Grim Monolith a few times. All right, so our deck did what it needed to do. Can I do it again? Maybe. Maybe. It's definitely scary if they can get a quick Thespian Stage combo on us. And the fact that they can activate at instant speed, because a lot of my answers are going to be sorcery speed. Stuff like Sowing Mycospawn, stuff like Ugin, stuff like Oko, right? So if they just go end step, make a 20/20, I can't really do anything about it. So I think I just have to have a hand that is very proactive. And also I need to not misplay. I think me not misplaying is going to give me insane percentage points here. All right, game 3. Our hand looks very good. Jeez. We got the Tinker and Chromatic Star. We got Ponder, Daze, Pinnacle Emissary. This all seems great. This is definitely a hand that can get there, for sure. 100% keep. Okay, Mishra's Bauble to start things off. Okay, a little bit of a slow start for my opponent. No Thespian Stage, no Elvish Reclaimer, no nothing. Okay, they get to draw. That's fine. Talisman. That's okay. All right, we're just going to go Ponder to start. Do I want any of these cards? I don't think so. Well, I can go Ponder... I can get the Narset, I guess. I think I can do better, honestly. So I'm going to go ahead and shuffle. Okay, that's fine. I did want to land. That was like the most important thing. So now next turn, I can go Talisman plus Chromatic Star, holding up Daze. I mean, I'm technically holding up Daze now, which is good. I don't care about this. They can have that. Ooh, a 0. Nice. Unfortunately, yeah, I cannot tinker this turn, but next turn I can. So we'll just go ahead and I guess I'll keep Otawara as interaction. I'm just going to go ahead and Misty. Grab another island. Into a Talisman. Into a Star. Into a Bauble. And I don't think I need to draw anything at this moment, so I'll just keep it for, 0 mana artifact purposes. I'm probably going to sack the Chromatic Star so I can draw a card. And I probably just get Battle Ball. Renin 6. Yeah, that's getting dazed. No thank you. I do not want my opponent to hit their land drops. That's for sure. Oh, the Land of Shame afterward? Oh no, opponent. All right, go to my turn. Okay, here goes nothing. So we're going to get rid of the Chromatic Star so we can draw. Now, does my opponent have a Mana Tithe? That would make me cry. Please don't have Mana Tithe. Oh, thank God. Let's get the Battle Ball. Pretty sure. It's just big. It's just large. It's a large man. And then I think at this point I can look at what my opponent's doing. I guess I'll draw on my turn. So I'll do it on their, I'll do it at their end step. I'll do it at their end step so I know what I'm working with. All right. Opponent's drawing with Pyrite Spellbomb. I just have a large Mer Battle Ball. Hopefully my opponent can't find an answer to it, because my hand actually doesn't do that much at this point. So we're in a fair amount of trouble if my opponent can deal with the Battle Ball. If the Battle Ball sticks around, we're doing great. Okay, Springheart Entuco, good card. It can provide a lot of chump blockers. My opponent also has the Dark Depths, so we definitely need to be wary of that. We do have the Otawara, so Otawara, good thing we held that. Lion's Eye Diamond, interesting. Why do they have Lion's Eye Diamond in their deck? I'm just going to draw a card. Okay, Nissa. That's pretty good. Ooh, Memory Jar. Not bad. Time Spiral, too. Okay. That's fine. We can't play those yet, but we're holding up the Otawara for just in case. We're going to attack here only, and then we're going to tap all 4 of these. Deal 4 damage. Now this is an 8/7. The problem is they can just like chump block forever, which I'm not a fan of. Assuming they find lands. So not guaranteed. Not guaranteed. Also, this Pinnacle Emissary really not doing much unless we find some zeros. Okay. So all they're doing is, presenting chump block. Ooh, Minskin Boo. Oh my god. That's a scary one. Does this deal damage to planeswalkers? It does. Okay, so that's actually pretty helpful. At least I can kill Minskin Boo. That's important. I don't think I need to. Well, I can let this happen. It doesn't matter. 4, 5, 6. I don't actually need to Otawara this thing. They can just hit me. I don't really care. Because now Minskin Boo will guaranteed die, I think. Okay. Yeah, I'll go to my turn. I think I have to save Otawara for the 2020. So go to my turn. Forest. All right. Let's play a land, I guess. Yeah, I just have to kill Minskin Boo. That's really funny. Because this does deal damage to the player or planeswalker it's attacking. So kind of a waste. Like, we're just gonna, effectively this is just gonna like be attacking and not do anything. They can block legally. Oh my god. Opponent, that's okay. I mean, we take those. Okay, because right now I have a faster clock. I think I can Memory Jar here. Right now I have a faster clock than what my opponent is presenting. So I'm not particularly worried. And now they can't pump up the Boo. They can't fling it at my face and draw 4 cards. If they do find the, what's it called? The Thespian Stage, we have the out for that. So I'm actually feeling pretty good about my position. I can't believe they blocked. That's hilarious. Nissa, that's fine. Okay, so they add mana. I mean, so far, I'm still confused. Why does my opponent have a Lion's Eye Diamond? I don't get it. Can someone explain? Okay, so now we're at the point where the Battle Ball can get blocked. Oh, or not. I guess we're just attacking. All right. So now what? Go to my turn. Brainstorm. Brainstorm is interesting. So I could just try to find that. Yeah, that seems good. Let's go ahead and brainstorm, see what we can find. Because if we can find the Tolarian Academy, then I can just fire off the Memory Jar. Oh, those are really good. Dang, that's awesome. I guess we'll just... Yeah, this is great. We're just going to get really, really set up here. So we're going to put these back, and we'll draw it like that, sure. And then we're going to go Warp a Pinnacle Emissary. We're going to cast a Mox Ruby. We're going to cast a Mox Opal. And we're going to cast a Talisman. So we're making a lot of bodies. Now at this point, we can try to set up for a kill on the following turn, I think. We're still holding up Otawara, though, just in case. So yeah, let's go to combat. Let's attack here only. tap down 3 of the mirror, just so we can have a chump blocker for Nissa. They're going to chump block here, of course. Okay. And then just pass. This goes into warp. We have a lot of mana that we can use next turn. I'm probably just going to Memory Jar. We'll see. We're dealing a lot of damage to our opponent next turn, too. I'll probably just fire off a Memory Jar, to be honest. Okay, they are activating Dark Depths. Something tells me that's not going to be an amazing strategy for them. Okay, they're coming in. I will chump block so that way I don't die to like something weird like Lightning Bolt. I could also just Otawara the Boo, I guess. Doesn't seem like they have much. If I was going to do that, I probably should have done it already. I could Otawara the token. Yeah, you know what? And then we're going to Memory Jar, and then we can hopefully find something good. Like, we might be able to just win. Yeah, I like that. Okay, we'll Otawara. I think we'll Otawara the... Yeah, we just Otawara the token. We're just going to try to be aggressive. It's a little risky, but we are drawing, like, a ton of cards. And start with this right away. Okay, well, there's Tolarian Academy, so let's pop off. So we could start with that as our land drop, of course. There's just so many things. So, but can I win? I need to kill this Spring Heart. I don't think so. I could End Stone. End Stone seems pretty good, actually, because then I can just like rip through my deck. Yeah. They're taking 6 currently. Surely I can find an answer to the Spring Heart. We have 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Yeah, we have so much mana. So let's start off with this, and I need to make sure I can still cast Oko. Yeah. We have the Forest in hand, so we have to make sure to use our mana for a Sowing Mycospawn. So I guess we use we don't have a way to untap the Academy, so we'll just use Endstone here. Okay, I can draw a lot of cards. And then we can go green, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. For this, we can do that. Exile the Dark Depths just in case. We can grab, I guess, the River Pyre Verge. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I get to draw. Oh my goodness. There's Tezzeret. That's pretty good. Yeah, we'll cast that. Draw. And then could search my library. I guess we'll play Oko. Draw a card. Okay. What can I get? I can get Grim Monolith. Actually, here, let's create a food token. Surely there's a way that I can be doing this more optimally. That's okay. You know what? I guess we're not winning this turn, but that's all right. Let's just attack with all these. And then tap these down. And then I can just untap the Battle Ball. I mean, surely there is a way that I could have won that game on that turn, but I don't know. I'm not going to think about it too much. I'm just going to untap Battle Ball. Okay, I go to 10 now. Like, that's really nice that I actually just gain life. And then I can, like, Time Spiral now on the next turn. I don't really see how they can get out of this one. They would need to kill Battle Ball and Mycospawn and be able to deal 10 to me with 2 cards. Seems rather unlikely. And I guess randomly finding Thespian Stage and a way to haste out the 2020. That's not going to work because I got rid of the Dark Depths. Let me know in the comments if you saw a lethal line, because that was probably not optimal. Pest Infestation. Okay. That's pretty good. It's pretty good. All right. That's going to attack Oko. I'll just let that happen. Okay, I do have to be a little cautious, although I have Time Spiral, Lotus Petal. So, yeah, I have to make sure I don't die to decking. So let's start with Pinnacle Emissary. Draw a card. Expedition Map. Okay, get the thing. I'm just gonna ultimate this. Nettle Cyst. Oh, that should do it. Okay, perfect. Like, there's no way they survive this, right? Yeah, I don't need to mess around here. Yep, because then I just equip the Nettle Cyst to one of the flyers. It becomes a 17/17, and then I kill them. All right, that was fun. On to the next. All right, we're playing against Tomberry, and our hand looks pretty good. The Tolarian Academy does not currently tap for mana, but with Brainstorm we can find that additional mana source, hopefully. So might be a risk. We might Brainstorm lock ourselves, but that's just the world we live in. We're also on the draw, so it makes things a little more palatable. We have a Daze as backup. And we just have like Grim Monolith, Nettle Cyst, Memory Jar, plus Tolarian Academy. Seems good. Okay, well, opponent is Boros, so that's going to be tough. And I have no way to interact. Virtue of Loyalty. All right, that's not too bad. All right. Battle Ball, definitely not what we want to be seeing right now. I just need to see a land. I have Daze as backup. Luminarch Aspirant playing around Daze. Oh my goodness. All right, we've got our work cut out for us. My opponent played 2 creatures, and we have our work cut out for us. Kellen, you know what? I don't think we win by dazing this. Actually, let's start with a Brainstorm. Okay, this is all fine and well and good. I guess next turn... Oh, this is actually going to be pretty good, I think. So I guess we'll put Memory Jar and Battle Ball back. That's just not happening. I guess we'll draw the Battle Ball next. Okay, so we have to let this happen. And then we go... Academy, Bauble, Petal, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4 mana available. So we could go Grim Monolith into Nettle Cyst. I think that actually seems pretty good. Yeah, let's do that. Grim Monolith into Nettle Cyst, and then we're still holding up Daze. Unfortunately, my opponent can just Luminarch Aspirant, turn this into a 4/4 and like smack me. But then next turn we have 4, 5, 6, 7. So yeah, next turn I should be able to go Battle Ball and then just pop off. I do like that. So we have to survive a couple of turns here. But we should be okay. I am not going to block. Yeah. I think I can take 4. That's fine. Okay. I'm only going to counter something ridiculous. Otherwise... Whoa, Generous Plunderer. Oh my god. I mean, yeah. That's so good against me. I can't do anything about that. We're going to take so much damage here. Jeez. Man, I am not a fan of this. But I think I am just going to slam the battle ball. Oh no. Alright, so the Generous Plunder is going to hurt me for a lot of damage. But at least... at least we can kill the Generous Plunderer, I suppose. I might just start attacking. I think I can actually start attacking. They can block. They can take it. I have so many creatures. Okay, so the problem is I'm going to go to 5. Potentially 4. And if this is like a lightning strike or a fire blast, I just lose. Also, actually, no, it's not that bad. I can bobble. Yeah. So it's not that bad. I can actually just bobble and then I lose an artifact, right? So... we're only taking 7 damage, potentially 8 damage if they decide to give me a treasure. Oh, look, a treasure. So this is not great. This is definitely this card alone, the Generous Plunder, is making this incredibly problematic for me. But like I said, I can crack the Urza's Bauble in response. And then luckily this isn't it's Mana Vault. That's the one that hurts you on your draw step. So we're okay on that front. And if they attack with a Generous Plunderer, it's going to die. So there's also that. We'll see what the opponent wants to do here. I do have Daze as backup in case they want to play the Virtue of Loyalty. Opponent's definitely got some decisions to make here. Because on the one hand, if they go all out and I go to 5, it doesn't matter. I can maybe just swing back on the crackback and kill them. On the other hand, yeah. On the other hand, if they're slow rolling me, that's really sad. Then they shouldn't do that. Okay, +1/+1 counter on Kellen. And they go to attacks. I assume they attack with everything? Okay, yeah, not the Luminarch. That makes sense. Totally reasonable. Holding back the 4/4 is a weird choice. All right, so with this trigger on the stack, we will bobble them. Let's see what they got. I get to see, okay, just a plane. So it seems like they don't have too much. That is so much damage. All right, so this is a forced block. They can always... All right, let's just do this. And then put one of these in front. Because I kind of want to encourage them to just slam the Virtue of Loyalty. In which case I can daze it. No trample. I mean, if they have Monstrous Rage, that sucks. Nope. Okay, no Monstrous Rage. All right, so we're at 5, which is not good. Oh, they can play the land. Well, that sucks. Okay, draw a card and draw a card. Otawara. Otawara, not bad. Otawara, definitely not bad. So we can go land here, and I could just attack with just the germ. This costs what, 2? It only costs 2 to equip, huh? 1, 2, 3, 4. I think if I play this and then I equip, I'll have 1, 2, 3, and I cannot hold up Otawara. Because now these things are just kind of smacking me down a lot. I think I have to hold back the Battle Ball. If I attack with both, it's a lethal threat, and then they're forced to like block a couple. No, I think this is what we do. I think we just attack here. They take 6. I'll take that. Damn, the fact that we're 1 mana short of playing Memory Jar, re-equipping, and then holding up Otawara is a little worrisome. Like, I may just not need the Memory Jar this game, although it could definitely help. I think I'll just re-equip the Nettle Cyst to one of these and then pass, just so I have a bigger blocker. Yes, the germ dies, but I think that's okay. I guess also, yeah, maybe maybe that wasn't necessary to re-equip the Nettle Cyst. I could have just played the Memory Jar and then held up, but I think this will set me up a little bit better because now I'm just going to Otawara the... Actually, this costs what? 4? So 6, 7, 8. Yeah, so what I could do is Otawara plus Skull Clamp. Sure. Skull Clamp's fine. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah. I can Otawara and untap the Grim Monolith, and then I have lots of mana that I can just play and activate Memory Jar immediately. Okay, so that's going to get activated. I don't really care about that. All right. So that's a 6/3 now. They get a free attack, which is rough. I'll just block. I don't really want to draw them cards, so I'll just chump block. I'm pretty sure. And then they don't know about this Otawara, so that's huge. Okay, I still have... I guess Mer Battlesphere is no longer a lethal threat, but we should still be okay. Okay, let's kill off this token. Oh, I don't have enough to... Oh, why did I think I have 8 mana? Weird. Expedition map. All right, so that's not going to really do too much here. Okay, well, it seems unlikely that my opponent can... I'm going to play Expedition map since it's free. And then I can just go Memory Jar. I might just have to hold back one more turn, unfortunately. Yeah, I'm going to play Memory Jar here. Makes this an 8/8, which is good. I think I'm actually going to... Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4... 1, 2, 3, 4, so I can just use this to get a land, but again, I already have the Tolarian Academy. So I think we make this very large, And then this can just be used as a chump blocker. And then we're just going to hold up the days. No attacks. Yeah, it's just really awkward now that this is a double striker 7/6. And then this, when it dies, they get to draw 2 cards. So I'm not a fan of that. The days has lost pretty much all of its value. Yeah, and I just don't have much that can deal with this Kellen, unfortunately. I've already used the Otawara. But next turn, the idea is that we're going to go Memory Jar and then hopefully just pop off with the cards that we draw. And then hopefully my opponent doesn't draw, say, Lightning Bolt and Galvanic Discharge. Not Galvanic Discharge, a Burst Lightning or something like that. That would be annoying. This is a weird play because what they could have done is they could have just kept the Skull Clamp attached to the Luminarch Aspirant and then given it to itself. Yeah, this is really weird because they were basically going to guarantee themselves 2 cards. Now I just do this. What the heck? All right, clearly they have something in hand. If it's like a Monstrous Rage, I mean, I just die. And I was never beating that. But this is very weird choice on my opponent's part because now they just gave away their Luminarch Aspirant for free and they're not drawing cards. Why would they put the Skull Clamp on the Kellen? Batterskull, I don't care. I mean, I care a little bit, but that's fine. Weird. Very, very strange decision there on my opponent's part. Okay, now you can equip the Batterskull. That's fine. Sure. So strange. All right, opponent definitely didn't play that optimally. Okay, let's see if we can... now I just have to out this. That's all I have to do. Oh, wait, never mind. I forgot it untaps. Go to my turn. Sowing Mycospawn. It's not bad either. No. We're just going to Memory Jar. They're tapped out. Let's see what we can do. Okay, what do we draw? There's a Tinker. Okay. Ooh, Endstone's pretty good. So we can play Tezzeret for free. I mean, we might as well... I think we're setting up for a win on the following turn. There's nothing really we can tinker into necessarily, so the Tinker's not going to really do anything, unfortunately. Wait. Becomes a 0/0. Yeah, that's not going to work. So I think we can go Pinnacle Emissary. I think we can just warp it. I have to make sure I have enough blockers, though. So how much mana can I make, truly? Yeah. Let's just hardcast this, actually. I think we might need it as another blocker, because the drones can only block flyers. All right, let's go... Tezzeret... Chromatic Star, make a guy... And then untap this. I could tinker, I guess. Sure, you know what? I mean, we could probably just find something better. We can sack the star. Okay. And then we can get Mox Opal. Put the counter. Okay. I mean, that wasn't, like, incredible or anything, but it's definitely something. Still holding up days. Yeah, I think there was definitely a way I could have done that in which I also was able to play the Endstone, which would have been really nice because then I go to 10 as opposed to whatever I'm at. But now... I mean, this is giving currently +7, and then this can do other things. So I can also put 3 counters on something. All right, we'll see. We'll see what goes on here. Spyro, not a fan. They just get to straight up draw 2. So right now I can do, this is currently giving 7, so I could do 7, 8. Enduring Innocence. I will daze that, sure. Okay. I think they're supposed to attack with the Battle Ball. Or, yeah. I think they're supposed to attack with the Germ. If they do not attack with the Germ, they 100% die. And I don't know if they see that. Because all I have to do is equip the Nettle Cyst to the drone and then attack them in the air, and then they lose. Yeah. Yep. No, they just die. Okay, that's good. So we'll just block here. And then it dies. And then, yeah. They get to untap their stuff, but it doesn't matter. Go to my turn. Play a land. Do this. That's 7. And then just for good measure, I'll ult it. Okay, cool. Yeah, so yeah, opponent was for sure supposed to attack with the Germ there. It's okay. We make some mistakes. Our opponent makes some mistakes. It's all fine. It's all well and good. So, not really much I want to do otherwise. Cauldron Complete's not bad as just a way to push through their major large creatures. Might bring that in. What would I cut, though? It could be just one of these, like, trinkety things. Could be Brainstorm. Brainstorm's not amazing. Sure. You know what? Let's try the Cauldron Complete. I think we can reasonably get there on the mana. Okay, so this has... It has good cards. I think we can keep it. It doesn't do anything until turn 3, which is a little bit of a problem. But, you know, we can go Trinket Mage and then get a Mox Ruby, and then we can go, like, Tezzeret Mox Ruby. And then by then, hopefully, we've drawn another ramp piece, and then we can immediately go into the Nettle Cyst. Right? Because with Tezzeret and a Mox Ruby, it essentially taps for 2 mana, so you could do something like, yeah, turn 3 Trinket Mage, turn 4 Tezzeret Mox Ruby, tap the Mox Ruby for mana, untap, and then play a Nettle Cyst. Yeah. So that's just a good curve. Ooh, Tinker. Nice. I think I'm gonna just thin the deck. I don't have Surveils or anything, but I already have a green source in hand. I really just want to draw something good here. Like, Mox Ruby would be the best draw, obviously, because then you can just Tinker immediately. Tinker for Battle Ball, Tinker for Cauldron Complete, and then my opponent has to deal with that. Stoneforge. Stoneforge is good. Wonder what they will get. Probably Batterskull, because we saw Batterskull last game. Skull Clamp. Sure, that's fine. That doesn't kill me. That just draws some cards. So I don't really care. Oh yeah, I forgot I have Tropical Island. Let's just get that. Ooh, okay. That's fine. It's not Mox Ruby, but at least it's a counterspell, and I imagine my opponent will want to play a land and play a nice 3-drop, in which case I just daze it, and then that makes me feel pretty happy. Like, what if they just play a Enduring Innocence here, and I just daze it? Damn. Well, we tried. So, yep, Luminarch Aspirant Train gonna get going, and I get smacked. If you play that, yeah, I'll daze that. We don't need that. Don't need to use the alternate cost, of course. Okay, and Expedition map. Unfortunately, we cannot tinker, so yeah, we're just gonna go land, Trinket Mage, locate the Mox Ruby, and then also play Expedition map 2, which this is going to be good because next turn then we can get the we potentially could get the Tolarian Academy, which is really good combo with Mer Battlesphere, which we can get with the Tinker. So yeah, lots of good things happening here. We'll see if we have enough mana to do all the things that we want to do. Okay, we're getting smacked. That's fine. Skyclave. Ooh. Skyclave probably take Mox Ruby. Yeah, it's pretty good. Okay, so our dreams and aspirations have declined, but I can still just tinker for the Battle Ball, which is probably just going to be better than any nonsense I can do with Tezzeret. Like, yes, I can Expedition map for Tolarian Academy, but Tolarian Academy is not even that good right now. So, yeah, I think it just makes more sense. We can just go land and then tinker. And we'll just get the Battle Ball. It's either Battle Ball or the Cauldron Complete. I think it's supposed to be Battle Ball. Yeah. Get Battle Ball. Make a bunch of guys, and then ponder. Displacer. Displacer Kitten's pretty good, but we don't really have the mana to do the things we want to do. So I guess that's the question: is do I think I'll be able to reasonably get value off of the Displacer Kitten? Maybe. And we also have Nettle Cyst. I think we could do better, honestly. Like, I'd rather just have ramp. Okay, so we're gonna shuffle this. Oh my god, it's Tolarian Academy. Woo, that's pretty good. I'll pass the turn. Looking pretty good here. No reason to attack with the Trinket Mage. I'd rather just hold back in case something weird happens and they kill the Battle Ball. But man, insane. Tolarian Academy, very, very good. Okay, so they did answer the Battle Ball, which definitely sucks, but I mean, we're not in that bad of shape. We do lose a little bit of Tolarian Academy mana. So I guess now it's a question of how much do I want to block. I mean, I can always block Trinket Mage on Skyclave, I guess. But I imagine they will just go Luminarch Aspirant, put the counter on the Skyclave Apparition. No, they're just going to go all in on that thing. May just chump block. Yeah. Sure. I could also just take 4. It's not really that big of a deal. I think I can just take this. Save the Trinket Mage body for something a little bit more impactful. Because we've seen that they can go very, very tall. So I think going to 14 now is not that bad. All right. All right, let's just do it. So we can go Tezzeret, and we could just immediately downtick and get like a Mox Opal or something. I think that's cool. So yeah, let's do that. Let's go Tezzeret. Yeah, we'll downtick. Just trying to get more artifacts. We'll get the, I guess, Chromatic Star could cantrip, which is something. Maybe we just are interested in cantripping. We already have mana. Let's just get Urza's Bauble then in that case. So we'll play Urza's Bauble. All right. We'll go Tolarian Academy. We'll go Nettle Cyst. We'll just make a giant person. And then I could just equip two one of these mirrors and just start going to town. Just start being aggressive. I don't hate this idea, to be honest. Yeah, I think that's fine. And I have lots of chump blockers. Like now we just our game plan is the Nettle Cyst, right? So let's attack for 7. They can block if they want, or they don't have to. Nice. Who's the aggressor now? And pass. Felia. Not a fan of that, but not too much we can do about that. So now they're between kind of like a rock and a hard place, right? Because they have to kill me, but then they also have to deal with Tezzeret, or it will take over the game. Because now, on the following couple of turns, I can essentially just attack, untap that thing. I guess Felia answers that. Okay. Felia definitely makes things tough, but I could always just block it with Trinket Mage. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Depends what the opponent does. Gut True Soul Zealot. That's a little scary. Not a fan. Smart. They are going to put it on the Felia. I guess this opponent is capable of making some good decisions. Okay. They're going to go after... They're just going after Tezzeret full stop. No. They're not... Hold on a second. Okay, they're going after me. All right. So now my opponent has some choices to make on what they exile with the Felia, what they sacrifice for Gut. I imagine opponent could exile their Skyclave Apparition, and then they can also sack Luminarch Aspirant to make a 4/1. That's a potential. I think before I make a decision, I will Urza's Bauble to see what happens here. Or just to see what's in my opponent's hand. Okay, well, let's see what they sack. And what are they? Okay, they're just getting rid of a mirror. That's fine. Yep, that makes sense. Now, where's the 4/1 going? 4/1's all going at me. Okay, let's take a look at my opponent's hand, see what's going on. Not the Generous Plunderer again. Okay, that's a little scary. Okay, so we're going to take 8-10 damage. I don't think I can take that much. I think we block here, and then I just chump block. Unfortunately, this Nettle Cyst has now lost a ton of power and toughness, which I'm not a fan of. Okay, we'll draw a card. Lotus Petal, sure. Yikes, it's not good at all. Okay, Lotus Petal. Do that. I mean, I'm pretty sure I'm just dead, right? It's unfortunate. I could cantrip. I think I cantrip. I think I search. I have to get star. Star here. Add blue. Try to redraw into something. Yeah, that's just an island. Unfortunately, that's not going to be good enough. Okay. No worries. On to the next game. Opponent's got a lot of pretty strong cards. So So we'll see. All right. Brainstorm, sleight of hand. Do I want any of these? Counterspell is honestly kind of slow. Not really. I think we just gotta do our thing. Try to do it faster than the opponent. And then opponent's got a lot of good disruptive pieces, so that'll be challenging. Okay, this hand has no lands, so we have to mull. This hand has all lands, but I think I may just be forced to keep it. Not great, but we do have some potential. This hand definitely has potential. Displacer Kitten can do some nutty things. We got Trinket Mage, so we can find our Moxen. Pinnacle Emissary can create some bodies. And of course, if we ever find Tolarian Academy, we can add a lot of mana. So the hand definitely needs a lot of help, but we should be okay. You know, like allegedly. Ooh, Ugin. All right. I mean, Ugin's pretty good. Eventually. We haven't drawn Ugin like this entire league yet. Fear of missing out. Yeah, nothing I can do. They're going to discard what? Mountain? Sure. Not a big deal. There's a Bauble. I'm okay with that. I could just go like Pinnacle Emissary Bauble. I don't think that's actually not that unreasonable. Yeah. Yeah, you know what? Oh, actually, no. Let's play. Let's do that. And I also get a redraw. And this also just does a great job at holding back the fear of missing out, assuming my opponent cannot increase its power. Yeah, getting the redraw is good. Going Trinket Mage into Displacer Kitten on the following turn, then we can bounce the Trinket Mage and just draw a bunch of cards. I think that's good. If we untap with the Pinnacle Emissary, we guaranteed get another drone. We start hitting them in the air. Skyclave. All right. Goodbye, Pinnacle Emissary, I assume. Yep. That's fine. Let's take a look at their hand, see what they got. Kythian. Yeah, sure. Not great. We take a couple points. I will draw a card. Okay, there's a land. Narset. Not bad. Not bad. I think we're just supposed to go for... Well, let's see. We're always attacking. Okay. So if I set up with the Displacer Kitten, that doesn't really do a whole lot. I think I'm supposed to go... I think I go Trinket Mage here. Take action. We could get Expedition Map too, but again, we just don't have the artifacts. So once again, I'm pretty sure it's just Mox Ruby, but then we don't play it. Specifically, we are going to go Displacer Kitten into Mox and bounce the Trinket Mage, and we're just going to take a little bit of damage here. I'm all for them not attacking with that Skyclave Apparition. I guess they don't want me to have a 3/3, so that makes sense. Ooh, Ponder. Ponder's good. So, yeah, we'll go... We're still going to do the thing. So we're going to go Displacer Kitten. into Mox Ruby, bounce Trinket Mage, grab another something or other. Yes, take action. We will grab, let's see. We're about to have a mana, so I could do that. Yeah. So we can just get Lotus Petal here. Yeah, this is really good. This is really good. Now we can go Lotus Petal, bounce the Trinket Mage again. We're just going to get so much value out of this. 3, 4, 5. Okay, take action. Now we'll get Mox Opal. Go Mox Opal. Exile Trinket Mage. We're just going to grab all of these little trinkets. Going to get Expedition Map. And now what we can do, oh, this is going to be pretty cool. So we can go Expedition Map and then bounce the Mox Ruby, and then we can activate it. Yeah, that seems good. So we do this. Okay, nice. And then I could Ponder, but that doesn't seem great. I could also go Narset. Technically I can go Ponder plus do these things. Actually, I can use Ponder and I'm gonna like shuffle the deck. Yeah, you know what? Sure. Let's just bounce the Mopal, I think. Or do I just bounce the Trinket Mage? We only have the Chromatic Star that we're getting. Yeah. Let's just bounce the Mopal. It's fine. So much mana. Mishra's Workshop. These are good. Time Spiral? Yeah, I want these. So let's do that. And then I'll decline the shuffle. Okay. And now I could play Narset in anticipation to set up, but I think I would rather just get Tolarian Academy and then I could do everything. Like, that's just really, really good. I'll attack for 1 because I have no choice. Yeah, that was a really sweet turn. Displacer Kitten absolutely popped off. Okay, Felia is kind of annoying, though. I'm not a fan of that. But we should be fine, right? I don't think we're at risk of dying. Expedition Map is going to find the Tolarian Academy, and then that is just going to add a ton of mana. Spyro, their last card is crazy. I am not a fan of that. Get to draw 2 cards. But now they can't make Kythian, you know, a thing. So we'll see. If we can just untap, we'll have a ton of mana. Okay, Baubles, whatever. Not a big deal. We just need to untap, and we can either go Narset Time Spiral with Tolarian Academy, or Ugin, and then just, yeah. Ugin to stabilize. And then we still have a card that we can get off of Trinket Mage. Yeah, we should be okay here, I think. It depends, of course, what the opponent's going to blink. I think they're going to blink the Spyro. Yeah, that makes sense. All right, that's fine. Spyro gets blinked. And then, how much mana are we going to have? We're going to use this. We're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to have so much. That's just like a lot. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It's really good. I might not. I don't think I even need the Trinket Mage. I think I'm just going to try to block the Felia just to ensure that, you know, We actually just have way more mana than that too, because every time we cast something, we can use the Displacer Kitten. Okay, so we're going to discard, draw 2. That's fine. Let's activate the map. We will get... We're running out of time, man. Get the Academy. Okay, cool. So we'll activate... We'll go Tolarian Academy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6, 7... 4, 5, 6, 7, 11, potentially like 12. So yeah, I think we're gonna start with the Eugene, and then we're gonna tap everything that's not it. I think. Well, that would require us to sacrifice the Lotus Petal. Yeah, we'll be fine. I'm just gonna Ugin. We're going to exile the Skyclave Apparition. We're going to bounce the Mox Ruby. Yes, we get to draw a lot of cards. Yep, so I get to do that. How much mana do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess I'll just... Oh, wait. Can I do this? Hold on, I think I can do this. Because I can add 0. I think I can go Narset plus Time Spiral right now. Right? So do this, and then this. And then if I add 3 mana, 3, 6. I cast this, Yeah. So add 0. Or, sorry, 0 this. Go Narset. Bounce the Ugin. Oh, am I blue short? Oh, wait, no. I have the Lotus Petal. Add this. Cast Time Spiral. We can bounce the Ugin, I guess. All right, we're popping off. I have to watch my clock, though. I'm definitely having a little too much fun. Okay, my opponent gets to draw no cards. Untap all of these. All right, let's just have a good time. We can exile all their... Oh, no, opponent! Oh, I was going to have so much fun. Oh, no. Okay. Well, what we were going to do, we were going to cast all of these. We're going to exile all their things. We were going to go Nettle Cyst. In fact, I think we could probably have just killed them, right? We could have gone Memory Jar. We could tinker into the Battle Ball. There's so many things we were going to do. Displacer Kitten, man. Crazy strong. It enabled me to do all of this in combination with all of the zeros and the, I don't even know where it is. It got shuffled in. The Trinket Mage. Just incredible stuff. All right, on to the finals. All right, we're playing against S. Good Munson. Interesting. Hand looks great. Let's go ahead and keep. I mean, turn 1, we could go Pinnacle Emissary Lotus Petal. All right, starting off with the Bayou from the... Oh, Duress. All right, that's a little annoying. Let's see what opponent takes. Could be Daze. I wouldn't be surprised if it's Daze. Yep. All right, so I guess we're just going to go for this. It's not great, but it's fine. I mean, we get to make a 1/1. And now we have the Lotus Petal just hanging out. So next turn, I could just cast the Pinnacle Emissary, and then that makes a lot of future draws very strong. Scooze. Okay. Also fine. I will do this. I'm going to thin the deck. I just need to draw gas. Get that. Cast the Pinnacle Emissary. Unfortunately, I do not have more zeros. So this only gets... Yeah. So this only gets bigger when it exiles creatures. So no creatures to speak of yet. Also, my opponent's a Lutri deck, but again, that doesn't really tell you much. All right. Lutri's fine. Ooh, Grim Monolith. That's insane. That's so good. Now we can set up for this Battle Ball next turn. And I think we could just swing out. Yeah. We're doing totally fine. Battle Ball coming down next turn, so they have to deal with the Grim Monolith. Meanwhile, they're getting hit in the air with the drones. This isn't even like that crazy of a draw for me. Oh, Haywire Might. Not a fan of that. Okay, goodbye, Grim Monolith. We tried. We tried. Yeah, and that also gains them a lot of life, which I'm not a fan of. Okay. I mean, we have so many good draws. I assume they're going to eat the Haywire Might here to gain a life. But I'm winning this race, so this actually isn't that bad. Okay, another land is not what we wanted to see. The Lutri is not currently castable. It's still not currently castable, although now this can just block me forever, which I don't like. Urza's Baubles, honestly, literally any artifact is good here because, you know, I just get to... Anyway, we're going to attack with these. There's anything I can do to increase my clock. I will play around Thoughtseize-like effects and wait to crack the Bauble. Okay, they eat days from graveyard. Makes sense. Maybe I could, like, I don't know, play a Snapcaster Mage. Still no other creatures in the graveyard for Skoos to eat. So they can't make this a 4-mana card, or sorry, a 4-power card, and then the Fanatic of Ronas cannot add mana. Okay, opponent is Sultai Stuff. That is their deck. I do have to be careful now. This is castable, which means... Ooh. Pinnacle Emissary down. I am not a fan. That was my way to continue to get pressure. Interesting they're not attacking, or they're not holding up a Lutri here. That's okay. All right, let's look at their hand. Toxic Deluge is very annoying, actually. All right, draw Time Spiral, Memory Jar. Yeah. I think we just Time Spiral. At least we get to untap with all the lands. I could also wait. No, I think I'm going to Time Spiral now. There's the potential this could be very bad for me, but there's also the potential that I can just pop off right now. Yeah, that seems pretty good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so we'll just go ahead and... it kind of sucks that the Battle Ball is in my hand, so I can't tinker for it, but I can tinker for other things. So let's just go to combat, attack with these. Yeah, let's tinker. Getting rid of this. And we get... I guess it's just Endstone. It gains me life. That's important. I get to draw cards. I like Narset here, I think. Yeah, we basically just have to stay alive. Okay, Trinket Mage. Let's see if I can find a 0. Hey, look, a 0. And it's one I can cast. So I can draw more cards. All right, and then I can just play an Expedition Map, draw another card. Okay, so I'm at 10. My opponent can currently only deal 4 to me. So far we're okay. And I just have to be careful not to deck myself. I did give my opponent a fresh hand, so it's possible we could die. Okay, Exploration's not that bad. Maybe their hand sucks. I mean, it's possible. Right now, I'm not at risk of dying, which is good. I just basically need to untap. and I think I'm okay. Collective Brutality and Lutri. Okay, so they drew the Lutri. That's not even that bad. The Collective Brutality does not take anything from me at all. This is, yeah, we are totally fine here. I'm just going to go Mer Battlesphere, and yeah, that's basically it. The Tolarian Academy does tap for a little bit less, but that's fine. Okay, wow, that's a lot of freaking talismans. I want to maximize the Tolarian Academy and still be able to cast stuff. So let's see what we get. All right. So 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I could Trinket Mage for Mox Ruby and then draw more cards. I just have to be careful not to deck myself, but I should be okay with just a couple of these. Ugin? Oh, forget it. Are you kidding me? Hell yeah. Let's do that instead. Let's just get Mox Ruby. Yeah. We're going to cast... Wait, have I played a land? Yeah, I have. All right, we're going to go Ugin, draw, and then Mox. I think we're just going to exile the Skuz. That has the most risk of killing me. Okay, and then Mox... We're going to get rid of the Lutri, and then, ooh, that's really good. We'll go 3, so I cast this. Yeah, we'll just cast Nettle Cyst. Exile this. Technically, I could have also, yeah, that was a mistake. I forgot I had the Mox Ruby. I could have just cast one of the talismans into the Nettle Cyst, but yeah, my opponent absolutely cannot come back from this. And then I just don't have to play cards anymore. I can just, like, attack them repeatedly. It's great. And I think I can just send it back. All right, this hand looks pretty sweet. Turn 1 Expedition Map, turn 2 Crack Expedition Map, find Tolarian Academy. Other cards. Okay, opponent starting off with an Ignoble. We will start off with a map. So I guess actually Expedition Map grabbing Tolarian Academy isn't the craziest thing right now, but I mean, it's not bad. Absolutely. My opponent can easily run me over, I think, given the right... See, like that. That's a Barrowglyph. Wow, now I don't want to crack the Expedition Map. We'll just play this, and then I don't want to give this any power and toughness, at least not yet. Oh, I guess it will always get 1 because of the Ignoble Hierarch, but I mean, that's not too bad. It does get very big, though. They milled over the... Oh my gosh, they milled over Fanatic of Ronas? They could have just made it a 4/4. I wouldn't have blamed them if they did that. All right, that's pretty good. And a Haywire Might. Yikes, not a fan. Let's just grab our Tolarian Academy. We have a lot of good draws. There's also... Wait, there's also Mishra's Workshop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll just get the old T Academy, I think. Whoa, Grim Monolith was a great draw. So now I can go Grim Monolith, Tezzeret, untap Grim Monolith into something else. Like I can go Pinnacle Emissary, perhaps. Like I could just hardcast Pinnacle Emissary, I think. How much mana was that give me? I think we always play this. Oh no, wait, that doesn't work quite because I need to pay mana to get the Grim Monolith on the table. So that's not that great. I I mean, I guess it's fine. It gains me life, essentially. Yeah, okay. We'll just do that. Grim Monolith. Tezzeret. Technically, I can hold up Otawara, which is not bad. Okay. We got them to use it. And then I'll just go ahead and search my library for a 0. I think I need to get the Lotus Petal. I'll just get Mox Ruby. Play Mox Ruby. Get a loyalty on there, and then I just pass. All right, so I assume Tezzeret dies here. Interesting. So no milling, at least from the Barrogoyf. The Fanatic of Ronas does tap for 4 mana, though. Ooh, Recurring Nightmare. Sure. They can just get back their Haywire Might over and over again. That's going to be tough to beat. Yeah, nothing I can do here, unfortunately. Okay. There's a Talisman, but again, they can just Recurring Nightmare over and over again. I guess we can go Pinnacle Emissary into... Or sorry, Talisman into Pinnacle Emissary, just hard cast as a body. And help protect myself a bit. And then they can try to get back the Haywire Might if they want, but that doesn't seem necessary. Really, we really want this Mycospawn to do stuff. I might just block 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Maybe I don't, because there's also a chance we could just cast Endstone next turn, which might be good. All right, any spiciness in there? Not really. They get a Karsi Revenant, which is good. They have so much mana. They also have Shifting Woodland, which they can use to turn into... They can have it turn into a copy of, like, something in there. Yep. Haywire Might coming back. Goodbye, Talisman. Chromatic Star. Not a bad draw for sure. So we can do that. Now this taps for a lot of mana. So 3, 4, 5, 6, technically. If I tap this for mana, then I crack this for green. I can just use the Sowing Mycospawn. Oh, I can't pay for the kicker because I don't have Colorless, unfortunately. That's okay. We'll just go Sowing Mycospawn, just regular. I will search my library for a Workshop. Play this. We're 1 mana short. I guess I could attack, huh? Yeah, let's attack. Flash in Lutri. Unfortunate. So next turn I can play Endstone and draw cards. I think I block here now. I don't want them to get more stuff into the graveyard. I kind of just need Endstone to get me back into this. I'm not sure why my opponent turned this into a Deathrite Shaman, but they're allowed to make decisions. Okay, they just ate something? That's fine. Ooh, Displacer Kitten. This recurring Nightmare Haywire Mite crap is really annoying, but I don't really have a choice. I think I'm just supposed to play the Endstone and then play this. Draw. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Now I go to 10, and then they can just do the same old song and dance they've been doing with the... Oh, that's an Atraxa. All right, that's pretty cool. Let's see what they get. These are good cards. Terra Sunder's really good. I don't know. For the betterment of my opponent's and me's time, I'm gonna go and concede that one. All right. I mean, I think we just run it back, and then we're just gonna... That was definitely a slower hand, so hopefully we can have something a little bit more proactive, and my opponent will not be able to loop Haywire Mite this time. Okay, play first. Oh, this hand's really close, but it's way too risky. We don't have a second mana source guaranteed. I really want to keep it, but we have to be disciplined. This is fine. This is totally reasonable. I don't know what to get rid of, though. I mean, we keep it for sure. It puts back the Time Spiral. Yeah, maybe we just draw Time Spiral later. All right. We can brainstorm. We might be able to find something. Haywire Mite. Man, it's always the freaking Haywire Mite, you know? We'll brainstorm here. Okay, these are good. These are pretty good. So we'll just put the Displacer Kitten and a land back. So, yeah. Okay. So now we can just go here. Pinnacle Emissary. Mox Opal. Lotus Petal. Tezzeret. And then I believe I'm just gonna untap the... Probably just this drone, just put some counters on it. Okay, so that's pretty good. So now next turn... yeah, that was a pretty good turn too, for sure. All right, Tezzeret goes down to 3. Not a big deal. I'm assuming they're going to use Haywire Mite to eat my Mox Opal, and that's fine. Alternatively, this could just be a 2-drop of some sort. Sylvan Caryatid. That's fine. All right, so we got Displacer Kitten. So I think we're going to do this. Go land. So on the one hand, we could go Pinnacle Emissary. Yeah, you know what? I think we're going to save the Displacer Kitten. So we're going to go Pinnacle Emissary. We also need to get counters on the thing. And then we're going to search our library again. We're going to get the Mox Ruby, or maybe just something that cantrips. I do like getting something that cantrips, or we could just get the Expedition map, add a ton of mana on the following turn. Yeah, let's just do that, actually. They're also going to use Haywire Mite, but if they're using Haywire Mite on this, I don't really mind. So if they use Haywire Mite, I may just want to get the guaranteed mana or the guaranteed card. But if they're doing that, that's not that bad. Nah, you know what? We'll get Expedition map. It just has way high upside. So we do this. We get 2 loyalty counters on Tezzeret again. And we smack for 3. Yeah, there was a lot of back and forth there. But, I mean, we're just in such great shape now. They can Haywire Might to get rid of Expedition Map, but that does not seem like a winning strategy. Man, Pinnacle Emissary just absolutely popping off this game. Pinnacle Emissary and Tezzeret. Okay, Terra Sunder, that's fine. Okay, so they could attack Tezzeret, and I imagine they're going to get rid of my Expedition Map. That's fine. At least it's gone. And I'm hitting them for 4 in the air every turn. And also Tezzeret is not dead, which is good. So we'll do this. Unfortunately, we don't have too much here, but I basically just get to keep on untapping and growing these drones, so they will eventually kill my opponent. Barrogoyf is rough. That's rough. That gains them life. I am not a fan of that one. Land is terrible. So this is the moment where my opponent can absolutely start wrecking me. I'm just going to grow these equally. Yeah, Barrogoyf was an insane draw for them. If they attack Tezzeret, am I supposed to block? I think I'm supposed to block. I think I'm supposed to leave Tezzeret alive. And then I can find more stuff. Just straight up hardcast Atraxa is crazy. That's probably just the game loss. Really unfortunate. We had an extremely strong start, and it just absolutely petered off. Maybe I was just supposed to get the guaranteed card draw with the Tezzeret, so getting the Urza's Bauble, get the guaranteed redraw, because the Haywire Might able to kill it. Now we're just dead. Like, there's just no way. We can Talisman, I guess. Talisman, do that. I suppose do this. Get a redraw immediately. This doesn't even do anything now when I cast it. Blue, I guess. I don't know what I could hit. Ugin's good. Ugin's good, but the problem is I'm about to take a boatload of damage. But if I can survive 4/5, I have 7 mana. So it's theoretically not impossible for us to... Yeah, it's theoretically possible. This thing keeps growing, man. Time Warp. Yeah, they Time Warp. Do they have more stuff that they can play? Recurring Nightmare. What's in the graveyard? Oh, Haywire Might? This game's over. Dang it. If we were able to somehow survive, untap and slam an Ugin, that could have been good. Oh, they didn't do that. Okay. Maybe we're okay. I doubt it. Elegy Acolyte's really good. Sure. Block. Yeah, I don't really know what gets me out of this one, to be honest. Oh my god, and now they can just steal a Mopal? Gross. Yep. Okay, so they steal the Mopal. Yeah, nothing I can do about that. So now I need a land, and then even then I'm pretty much just dead. Scooz. Oh boy. Well, we tried. We tried. That's an Oko. That's something. We're very much dead. Make a food, and I'll just concede the game. Oh, so unfortunate. This deck was so sick. So sick. I thought I was deserving of the trophy, but we got a little bit flooded there at the end, or didn't draw what we needed, and then we died. So that's okay. I mean, deck was so sweet. Really enjoyed this one. I mean, Tolarian Academy, and we could tinker into the Battle Ball. We had Ugin, we could pop off with that. Displacer Kitten, absolutely incredible card. We had a ton of enablers. We had a lot of zeros. Grim Monolith. Yeah, just really good. Really good stuff. Really unfortunate we did not get the trophy, but hey, Haywire might. That's a card that exists. All right, this one was fun. See you for the next one.